The final photograph is never meant to be final. It is taken without ceremony. No countdown, no farewell speech. Just a frozen second where life still believes it has time left. A smile caught mid-breath. A body still upright, unaware it is standing at the edge of history. A face the world knows, strong, celebrated, victorious, yet quietly approaching its last chapter. These photographs were not taken to mourn. They were taken to remember victories, routines, moments of normal life. But time, indifferent and ruthless, turned them into something else. They became evidence. This is not a story about death alone. This is a story about what remains. About the last visual echoes of athletes who once seemed immortal. The final known photographs of Muhammad Ali show a man sitting quietly. There is no ring, no crowd roaring his name, no fists raised toward the sky. Ali's hands, once the fastest in boxing, rest calmly now. The tremor is subtle but visible. His eyes, once sharp and defiant, look inward, as if listening to a voice no one else can hear. By the time these photographs were taken, Parkinson's disease had been his opponent for over 3 decades. The man who floated like a butterfly now moved carefully, deliberately, conserving energy like a rare resource. Yet even in stillness, Ali commanded space. People leaned in when he entered a room. Cameras lowered in respect rather than curiosity. Silence followed him, not because he demanded it, but because everyone understood what they were witnessing. These final images are not tragic. They are honest. They show a warrior who had already fought more battles than history could count. Muhammad Ali passed away on June 3, 2016. The photograph remains, a quiet ending to the loudest voice sports ever knew. The final photograph of Kobe Bryant is painfully ordinary. Kobe is smiling, relaxed, wearing casual clothing, standing beside his daughter Gianna. There is no sense of urgency in the image, no shadow warning what lies ahead. It is a photograph taken on a normal morning, the kind of morning every parent believes will end like every other. The helicopter ride that followed was not unusual for Kobe. It was routine, efficient, safe until it was. When news broke on January 26, 2020, the world did not believe it at first. Athletes like Kobe do not die young. They do not vanish between headlines. But reality does not negotiate with legacy. That final photograph, Kobe and Gianna smiling, became one of the most shared images in sports history. It is painful because it shows life exactly as it was, moments before it was taken away. No drama, no tragedy visible, just love. Diego Maradona's final photographs tell a different story. Gone is the electric dribbler who danced past defenders. Gone is the rebel hero who carried Argentina on his shoulders. The final images show a man physically heavier, visibly fragile, struggling to maintain balance. His eyes still carry fire, but the body no longer obeys the mind. In his last public appearance, Maradona sat during matches instead of standing. He waved slowly, as if even greeting fans required effort. These photographs do not diminish his greatness. They humanize it. Maradona lived intensely. He burned brighter than most, and burned faster too. He died on November 25, 2020. The final image remains, a reminder that genius often comes at a cost. Though known primarily as a musician, Michael Jackson's body was an athlete's instrument. His final photographs show rehearsal footage for the This Is It tour. He is thin, almost fragile, yet still moving with precision that defied logic. Every step is controlled, every gesture deliberate. The photographs show a man pushing his body beyond its limits, not for fame but for perfection. Jackson believed the stage was sacred. His death on June 25, 2009, turned rehearsal photos into historical artifacts. They are not images of decline. They are images of devotion, taken moments before the body finally said no. Pelé's final known photographs show a man surrounded by care. Medical settings, wheelchairs, quiet rooms, yet his posture remains dignified. The world's first global football icon did not fade publicly. His family protected his final days from spectacle. In these images, Pelé is no longer the athlete. He is the symbol. 3 World Cups, a legacy unmatched. He passed away on December 29, 2022. The final photographs feel less like endings and more like museum exhibits, timeless, respectful, complete. Arnold Palmer's final photographs are calm. No stadium lights. No roaring galleries. Just a man who changed golf forever, now moving slowly through the world he once dominated. His shoulders remain broad. His presence still commanding. The images capture quiet dignity, a champion who aged without bitterness. Palmer passed away in 2016. The photograph does not scream legacy. It whispers it. Andre the Giant's final photographs are haunting. His massive frame dwarfs everything around him, chairs, doors, people. But his eyes look tired. Gigantism gave Andre fame, fortune, and pain in equal measure. By the end, movement itself was an effort. The photographs do not mock his size. They mourn the weight he was forced to carry. He died in 1993 at just 46 years old. The image remains, a giant who paid for greatness with his body. Joe Frazier's last photographs show him weakened by cancer. The fists that once shook Ali now rest quietly. But the eyes still fight. Frazier never sought sympathy. He faced death the same way he faced opponents, head-on. He passed away in 2011. The final image does not show defeat. It shows endurance. These photographs were never meant to be historical. They were moments, ordinary seconds in extraordinary lives. But when death arrives, the final image becomes sacred. It reminds us that even legends are temporary, that greatness does not grant immunity, and that memory, captured in a single frame, can outlive the strongest body. All right, continuing seamlessly, same tone, same packing, no gap, book-like plain documentary narration. Michael Schumacher's final public photographs are unlike any others in this story, because they stop abruptly. The last clear images show him smiling, relaxed, on a ski trip with his family in December 2013. Helmet off. Snow behind him. A casual moment between seasons. Then silence. After the skiing accident that left him with severe brain injuries, there were no more public photographs, no updates, no final portrait. His family chose privacy over spectacle. In a world obsessed with images, Schumacher's absence became his final image. A champion who once lived under constant flashbulbs disappeared completely, leaving memory to do what cameras could not. Ayrton Senna's final photographs were taken on race day. He is in his racing suit. Focused. Still, the camera captures him during the grid walk, eyes sharp, posture calm, fully present. Nothing in the image suggests fear. Formula One drivers understand risk better than anyone. But Senna believed destiny favored preparation. Hours later, during the San Marino Grand Prix on May 1, 1994, Senna lost his life in a crash that shocked the world. That final image, helmet off, standing beside his car, became one of the most iconic photographs in motorsport history. It is the image of a man doing exactly what he loved, until the very end. Lou Gehrig's final photographs tell a story of quiet devastation. Once known as the Iron Horse, Gehrig's strength defined him. But ALS stripped that strength piece by piece. In his final images, Gehrig appears thinner, softer, visibly weaker. Yet his posture remains dignified. The most famous photograph shows him standing at Yankee Stadium during his farewell speech. "I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth." That image is not about illness. It is about grace. Lou Gehrig died in 1941, but the photograph lives on as one of sport's most powerful moments. The final photographs of Jesse Owens are modest. No medals, no podiums, just a man in a suit, smiling gently. Owens, who shattered Nazi propaganda at the 1936 Olympics, lived his later years away from the spotlight. The photos show age but not regret. He changed the world with his legs, then watched the world slowly catch up. Owens passed away in 1980. His final image reminds us that some victories echo far beyond the athlete's lifetime. Wilt Chamberlain's final photographs show a towering figure who never truly shrank. Even in age, Wilt looked imposing, but his energy had softened. Gone was the unstoppable force of the NBA's early years. In his place stood a reflective man, aware of what he had been and what time had taken. Chamberlain died in 1999. The final image shows not dominance but peace. Walter Payton's nickname was Sweetness, and his final photographs live up to it. Despite battling a rare liver disease, Payton appears calm, even smiling. His eyes still carry warmth. The man who punished defenders with relentless runs faced illness without bitterness. Payton passed away in 1999. The photographs do not show suffering. They show acceptance. Stan Musial's final images are filled with nostalgia. Surrounded by memorabilia, family, and memories, Musial appears content. Baseball had already given him immortality. The final photograph feels less like an ending and more like a closing chapter written carefully, without rush. Florence Griffith Joyner, Flo Jo, was known for speed that looked unreal. Her final photographs, however, show calm. She had retired young. She had already left her mark. When she passed away suddenly in 1998, the last images felt unfinished, like a sentence cut short. Her photograph remains frozen, just like her world records. Ken Norton's final photos show him smiling gently. The man who once broke Muhammad Ali's jaw appears kind, almost soft. Time had taken the violence from his hands, but not the strength from his spirit. He passed away in 2013. The image remains, a reminder that fighters are not defined by fists alone. Though an actor, Paul Walker lived like an athlete of speed. His final photographs show him relaxed, attending a charity event. Cars nearby, friends laughing. Minutes later, a car crash ended his life. That final image became devastating because it showed normalcy. Walker died in motion, exactly where he felt most alive. Not every legend has a final photograph. Some faded quietly. Some died before cameras followed every step. But even without images, their stories remain. The absence of a final photo does not erase a legacy. It strengthens the imagination. The final photograph is not about death. It is about life continuing until it suddenly doesn't. These images remind us that strength fades, that applause ends, that bodies fail. But legacy remains untouched. A final photograph is not a goodbye. It is proof that they were here. They ran. They fought. They flew. They inspired. And for one last second, someone pressed a shutter. Legends do not vanish when they die. They vanish when they are forgotten. And as long as these final images exist, they remain eternal.